Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dell, and thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you all. So this is a complete tour. It unexpectedly started raining just now, so I'm going to try to make it through that. So hopefully the lighting is okay. So this is when you first come down the patio. This off of the patio, here is a section here with a candle that lights up at night. This is the impatient that has been growing all summer long, and it's doing an excellent job. These were clearance and they are doing well. Where that candle is, there is a ivy that I started on this trellis probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I just love it. It keeps growing and growing. It looks wonderful. And then here is a little sitting area here with the water feature and the mirror that I was going to throw out, but I thought it came in handy just to put it on this fence. And I love the way that that looks. Okay. Now here are our standard hydrangeas that have grown out of shape. I'm going to cut them back in the spring back to tree form. They're starting to bloom. These blooms will get really big, like a chartreuse green, and then in the fall they will turn mauve. So I can't wait for that. So they're full of blooms and it looks so pretty. It's huge. It's only supposed to be a round tree form, but I never trimmed it back. So in the middle we have an arbor here, and as I mentioned in a previous video, this is an old chandelier that came from my dining room, and I just added some of the solar lights from the Dollar Tree. I painted it black so that lights up at night. Okay, and here is the full trellis. And we started painting the fence and never finished, so that is our fall project. So that part is white, and then you'll see the other parts that are not done yet, but that's when you come in through the back gate. And here is the other trellis, the other hydrangea standard, and this is also full of blooms. I love these trees. They are so pretty. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm sure if you have watched my videos before, you have seen this section a lot. I've worked out here, I've cleaned it up, I've done a project out here. This is my latest project, which is the other part of the fire pit. So I ended up, I'm not sure what this ground cover is, but I bought it from a flea market, and then I split it in two and I put one somewhere else. I have coleus. That's not a coleus. What is that? Heuchera? Corabelle heuchera. And then impatience from the clearance. Impatience. And then I found this little fern out of this garden back here. It wasn't, I thought it was a weed, but then I pulled it up, planted it in here, and it's doing pretty good along with the hosta. Now, these are some impatience as well. From the clearance. If you've watched the video before, when I first planted them, they were very small. We've had so much rain here, and a couple of nights ago we had a bad hailstorm, so it did damage some of my flowers, such as these hostas here. I had to cut some of the leaves off, and but that's okay, they'll grow back. So coming to the front of the garden, you will see a little decor, which is this bird cage that I painted blue. The little bunny. And here is a little lady, a little girl. I'm trying to figure if I'm going to leave it like that or plant in it. I got her from Ross. And here are some more clearance impatiens. So let me step back. So that's what that looks like so far. Now this is, I can never remember if it's a philodendron or a rhododendron. It was in the house. It had one leaf. It was given to me. And now it is doing excellent out here. It has 3 leaves and 1 on the way. And then another hosta. Some coral bells. And some transplanted lamb's ear from my front yard. And more impatiens. And I love the vinca cover because the ground cover, you can put, it'll grow anywhere. So I'm almost glad that the sun is not out so you can see how this ambiance looks out here. I wish the lights would come on if I have time and it's not still raining, and I'll come back out and do a night view. So this is the remaining of the front of the garden. More impatiens and coleus in here. Vinca cover. And this was also a project that I did a video on, which is another part of the fire pit. So that has got some caladium, hosta, impatiens, and they're doing very well. Here are some, I cannot think of the plant right now, the flower, but it's doing very well. This is a St. John's wort, and when it blooms, it is gorgeous. It blooms this star, like a star type of bloom, and it's really beautiful. This was my last project where I planted around the bird bath. I planted around the bird bath some lamb's ear and some impatiens, and they're doing pretty good. Here is some of my garden art. I have one on that side, a little birdhouse there, and I have another iron flower piece there. And this is a birdhouse, which actually a family, I better not get too close because a family actually lives in there. So sometimes when I'm out here working and step in front of it, the birds will fly out. Here are some azaleas, and I failed to show you the azaleas on this side actually. I cut them back and I was thinking that they would bloom again, but they did not, and that's okay. Those are the azaleas. And then we have sun patience, hostas, more azaleas. And then we have some more art here. I just love that little angel. And this is a euonymus, I believe, that needs to be cut back. And I also mirrored this side with the impatiens. Now, let's talk about this little sitting area here. This is some Dollar Tree candles with a Goodwill find on this candle holder or candelabra, and I think I paid like a couple of dollars for that. And this little area is so quaint and cozy. This tree is right up above it, and it's just really nice. I come out here and just meditate, pray, and just have a good time. And this little item here, this little tree, I got this from a thrift store. I think it was $3. So we're gonna leave that out. And this right here is a, I think it's a begonia. So that's what, and let me go back here because I will forget to put it on the screen. This is a begonia, or a couple of begonias in this pot. So this is the big leaf begonia, and this is doing really well. It's sitting in a thrift from a flea market. This was $5, and I just painted it white. So just to get the full look of that area, this is what it looks like. Now this gold pillow right here, I bought some from Walmart, and then they didn't have any more, and I needed some gold, so I bought some material from Hobby Lobby, and I made this and stuffed it. And then that pillow came from Walmart. This is my garden section. I have some flowers in pots. It's thundering now. I hope it doesn't start lightning. I have some flowers here, some caladium and irises that didn't bloom, but that's okay. Hopefully they'll bloom next year. And some zinnias that I bought from a flea market. They were 6, and in a packet I got them for $6. They are doing very, very well. This is a foxglove that I took from the front yard. So we'll see how that does. And this is a white begonia. And some hostas. And then I forgot I took this elephant ear up last year and put it in this, put it in a box and planted it out here, and it came up. So I'm glad that that worked. This is another flower arrangement with with Lowe's clearance plants. These are high impatiens, and I have some petunias in there, and that little birdie is in there just for decor, and some vinca cover. And then on this side I have some creeping Jenny. So this is what this looks like. Let me go to the front. That's what that looks like. And then the rest of the garden. And then in this garden I have also some zinnias. My roses have bloomed. I was hoping I would have blooms when I did the tour, but that's okay. I have some hostas and an Asiatic lily that blooms a purple and black. And then here's another hosta and some art there, the little angel. Now this is where the storm did the most damage. It tore the leaves up on this canna. And I was so excited about it blooming, and it's starting to bloom. So it's still living. So that's coming out perfect. Here is another flea market find, or Goodwill find. This was $1 or $2, and I just have some pine cones in there. And this is a limelight hydrangea that I bought from Lowe's on clearance last year. I have 2 of them. I'll show you the other one in a second. Okay, this is the Calabricoas, and they are so pretty. I love the color. The heat is really beating up on them, but they are still blooming. They're still pretty. Now this is the wisteria. I've had this for a couple of years. It has not bloomed yet. I will be patient, but I know it will be gorgeous because it will be the purple blooms. And then I have some creeping Jenny under there. I have a little frog, and I painted my Crocs that I couldn't no longer fit. Painted them to match my decor. Here's another water feature, and this is what this looks like from this side. Don't worry about that. That is my compost right there, and I also have a DIY welcome sign that I did about 2 years ago from some old wood and letters from Hobby Lobby. So far this is what we're looking like. I just love this area. It's so peaceful, and I enjoy it. In this bed, I have some lantana, and I forget the name of this plant right here, but I may have to move it because it's not doing too well, but the lantana that was also on clearance. I have a trellis here that this sweet potato is growing up the trellis. It's not growing as much as the one in my garden. I don't think it's getting enough sun, but it is growing. On the other side of this is a green bean plant, and it's going up the trellis, and there are some green beans that need to come off, and this one is doing pretty good. I have some decor here, which is just an elephant chime, and here I'm not finished in this bed yet, but I have one of those drop fields that you can get off clearance from Home Depot or Lowe's, and I just planted it in this container. And then here's some canna, begonia, hosta, a caladium that I planted from the one that I planted in the fire pit screen. And then I cannot remember the name of this. I think it's in the coleus family though. So that's what this part looks like. And remember the chair, I couldn't figure what color I wanted to paint the chair. I did decide on a lilac. Now it's raining, you can see it's raining, but I made this little pillow, and the reason I went with the lilac is because I have a hydrangea across opposite of this chair, and I thought that that would be a nice color to pick up from across the garden. So that's what color I painted that, and that's the hydrangeas drying out. I also matched it with some pillows that I'll show you in a second, and then you can turn on this side, and then you have the opposite colors here. But we're going to put it on this side right now, and I'm going to go in shortly. But I love that little chair. It's right in the perfect spot. And so this is what we have so far. Okay, now this section here is just a little section we carved out below the patio. And we just have a lounge chair here, which is across from the water. And we sit out here and enjoy the nice sounds of the water. And as you can see, it's still raining. And these pillows, I bought these from Ross, the pads to the chair. But these pillows were made from placemats from the Dollar Tree. And then I have the same on this side. And then this chair, I'm gonna have to dry my pillows out. I have the same on this side. The chair have the same pillows and pads, and then this chair, I made those two pillows, and then that cushion came from Ross. Okay, now this, I let the citronella burn in here. It really doesn't do much for the mosquitoes, but it's the ambiance. That one went out. I think the rain put that one out. And then here in this same sitting area, I have some candles that do light up at night. And then I have a lantern down here that I have to find a candle to put in. Here is my flower box with ferns and begonias and vinca cover and hostas and the caladiums. My husband built this box for me for vegetables, but they didn't do too good. I don't think they were getting enough sun. and so I just use them for flowers, and they look gorgeous. So I have the exact same thing on each side, along with some little garden decor, a seashell that I painted white, and on this side is a snail that I painted white. So that looks very pretty, and they are thriving. They're doing very well. So that's how long that box. It's actually two that are connected together. Here is the last section. Here is that hydrangea that I was telling you about. It's bloomed. The blooms were like a periwinkle, and even when they die, the color dies down, it's still beautiful. So just gorgeous. I love that. Let me step back so you can see it. And then down here, I just have some ferns and coleuses. Nope, ferns and hostas. And all the way down, this is a begonia that just came up from last year. I have a water bird bath there, and some more ferns and those little pagoda houses. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And the last section is this little sitting area right here. I'm still working on this because I had a fire pit here, but we moved it. As you can see, it's in my garden. And I'm going to either get another one or DIY another one. So these are the yellow pillows with the gray pads here. And then I just have a, what is the name of this? I can't think of the name, but I have petunia and some creeping Jenny in there. And these were clearance plants. And then I have a little sign from the Dollar Tree that says "Be Yourself," since that's my theme, and a little stand. And here are some azaleas that I got from the clearance section at Walmart. And so it's both of those, one on each side. And I think once I finish this section, it will look really nice too. But that's what we have so far. So that is a tour of my garden. The patio will be coming up next. I have to find some time to clean it and do what needs to be done. But in the meantime, that's pretty much it for this tour. I thank you always for tuning into the video, and may the good Lord bless you all real good. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.